Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live, everybody. Welcome to the live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hello, hello. Just getting a couple more ingredients out of the fridge and we'll be good to get started. Now, a good chicken parm, like what we're making here today, it all starts with a good sauce. And that good sauce should always start with building of the flavor. Now, in a large 4-quart pot, like I have here, I will be chopping up 1 pound of bacon. Excuse me one moment while I clean the lens of my phone. That way we can see what I'm doing. There we go. Alright, we have 1 pound of Oscar Mayer bacon. I'm going to be chopping this up into little pieces and putting it into the pan on high heat. After the bacon starts cooking, I will be adding garlic, onion, peppers, and mushrooms, as well as 1 shallot. Now, to cook bacon, there's many ways you can do this. Many ways. What I like to do is I like to take the package, split it in half, and then stack those halves on top of each other. Let me just grab my cutting board. Transfer these strips to the board. Wash my hands because don't want a greasy hand on the knife because then the knife will slip. Now in this pan right now that's heating up, I will be adding this stick of butter after I get halfway through chopping the bacon because I don't want the butter to burn. Moving that off the heat for now. Unless you're Jewish or Muslim and can't eat bacon, this is probably one of the best ways to make a sauce for chicken parm, because you're building on flavor upon flavor. What you want to do is you want to dice the bacon up into small pieces so that it browns evenly. Alright, once that bacon releases a lot of its grease and juice, I'll add the butter. Otherwise, the butter will burn. I'll also be adding a very special garlic olive oil from Saratoga Oil Company. Very good stuff. If you're ever in Saratoga, New York, give them a try. And no, this video is not sponsored by them. I'm just using them because they're one of the best olive oils I've had. Now, if you have prosciutto, you can use prosciutto. I don't. I just have regular bacon. You can use pancetta. You can use a honey ham. You can use whatever you want. So long as it renders down and can provide a good amount of fat. Now we're going to cook this down on high heat until the bacon is crispy and crunchy. And it's giving off, once it gives off that smoky flavor that it contains. Now for the peppers, we're just going to slice them down this way. Make sure not to get any seeds. What I'm doing is coring the peppers. Get those seeds off the board. Then we're going to check in on our bacon here. Now I'm going to turn the bacon down, and I'm going to get a bowl. That's going to be for our sliced peppers. I know what you're all thinking. Sliced peppers in a tomato sauce? That doesn't go, that's not right. But it adds a nice flavor and texture to the tomato sauce. I'm also going to be using this beautiful, fresh, heirloom tomato. Once that bacon gets down to just where I like it, I'll be adding garlic and shallot, as well as some onion and fresh basil. And dried oregano, salt, pepper, and pepperoncino flakes.
smoke. It was too hot. Leave the door open for a minute. Yes, it did. Leave it in the refrigerator so you're ready to use it. Where was it? What's in the pan, Ray? What's you making? Wait, turn that down. No wonder you... How much you got in it? What do you got all this in here for? Why are you cooking all this? I don't want all this. Eat all this.
It's gonna be in the sauce.
It's too much bacon. Way too much. Keep it down so it can simmer good. Okay, honey? That's it. I didn't buy cheeseburger because you got cheese. That's what you're talking. I ain't paying them $2 just for a slice of cheese. You know what I mean?
Did you get the bank all situated, man?
Yeah. Sprinkle a little bit, but that's all. What you have over here? Dirt? What's in the sink?
Nothing.
What's the dirt, Joseph?
There's no dirt.
Don't fucking tell me. Now answer the question.
No, man. Just,
You could have told me that's not dirt. I apologize. I didn't realize you were on the phone. I could have warned you, Joseph. That's a lot. When did it tell you?
peppers are going in, softening up.
Damn you, Joseph. You could have told me so that I was in the door. Thank you.
Now for the garlic, I'm not going to be slicing that up on the board. I'm going to be using this little blender here. I'm going to be blitzing it in with some garlic olive oil as well, doubling up the garlic flavor.
Who's listening anyway? Tell me something about the door. That's a lot. I could have said no quiet at the end. Oh well. Okay. Did I apologize again? Huh?
You're good.
I could have said something as soon as I walked in the door. Turn that down. Turn it down. It's going to burn. Put it down here.
I'd say about 6 cloves of garlic is enough. If not, the whole head. Not only is this sauce chock full of vegetables, but it keeps the vampires away. This is the boring part. Peeling the garlic. I know you guys can't smell this, but once I add the garlic, the basil, the oregano, this will start smelling like a sauce. Hello there, Red Strike Force. For those of you who are Power Ranger fans, I just learned that at Ranger Stop Atlanta, the actor for Ivan Ooze is going to be there. That's right. And I also learned that the actor who played Ivan Ooze played Renee Belloc in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Maybe a little more.
Now we got the garlic in the blender hopper. Now I'm just adding some oil. Oh yeah, me too. Ladies and gentlemen, the ooze is back. Let me just go wash my hands. Get the garlic off of them. Now what I'm using to blend the garlic up is my Ninja food blender. We got this oil here. We got the garlic in there. We're going to be blending that together to form a really fine garlic oil. There we go. Hold on to your butts. And there we have it. See, now this is what we're looking for. We just pour that in. Basically, we have liquefied garlic. Now I'm cranking the heat all the way up to high. To let everything brown up. And while that's working, onion time. I'm just going to keep a close eye on this so it doesn't burn. It's looking good. Now I'm also waiting to see if Vernon Wells will be at Ranger Stop. You all know him better as Rancic. Rancic had one of the saddest villain origin stories I can think of. Do the other half of the onion. Yeah, but also Rancic had the best redemption story, too. A redemption story that spanned 2 seasons. Alright, there's the rest of the onion. Now I'm going to add shallot. Now I'm going to blitz the shallot in the blender just like I did the garlic. And when it, oh yeah, Frax had a tragic past because of Rancic, and Rancic had a tragic past because of Time Force. Just cutting off any of the bad bits on the shell. Now there's still oil in here from the garlic, which is good. Luckily I didn't put any soap in there yet. Or water. Grab out my wooden paddle. Put that on a cracker. Woo! Now as that's cooking down, once it gets to a certain point, I'm going to be adding the sausage. Now this we can remove. Now I'll be moving this pot to this back burner here, so it's easier for me to work with. Now I just need to chop up some basil, add that into there. Put a sprinkling of dried oregano. That's a good amount of basil. Just going to wash this off. Next, I'm just going to pull the leaves off because we don't want the stems. Now I'm just adding the freshly chopped basil. There was way more basil in that package than I needed, so I only took half of it. Now I'm just going to stir that basil in there. And now I'm adding the mushrooms. You're probably at this point thinking, what the hell is he doing? I'm taking all the best from all of my favorite Italian recipes and making a super sauce, if you will. There goes the mushrooms. Everybody in the pool. Alright, now that's going. Here goes the oregano. A little bit of garlic powder. Pinch of my special pepper medley. And finally, some crushed flakes. We also can't forget some salt. And to bring everything together, a good helping of sugar. Now that that's cooked down just to where I want it, we're going to be adding some nice hot Italian sausage. You just chop that up so that it's in small little bits. You almost want this to look like carne asada. Perfect. Once this gets down to the color that you like, start adding your tomatoes. We got crushed, diced, we got the fresh tomato, and we also got tomato paste. I'll be turning on this light to find that. There we go. Tomato paste. This is the base for the chicken parm. Now we're going to start opening up these cans. First can I'm going to put in is the can of diced tomatoes. Mix that in. Next, I'll be putting in the tomato paste. I'm guessing tomato paste is what Italians use for glue. It's a joke. I guess this is how you fix tomatoes. No, I haven't seen anything from the Sentai. Next, I'm going to be adding the can of crushed tomato. Now I'm just going to add some more oregano. And we're going to be good to go. Next, I'll be dicing up this heirloom tomato and sliding that right into the sauce. Unlike regular hothouse or regular tomatoes, heirloom have a distinct, unique flavor, which is why they're so expensive. there's the fresh heirloom tomato. Alright, I'm done with the knife and the cutting board, so I can get rid of these out of my way. Now I turn this down to low and let that simmer and reduce. It could use a touch more sugar. And a touch of acid. That acid will be this beautiful wild blueberry balsamic vinegar. Now we just get a clean spoon. Perfect. Just a touch more salt. And we're good. Alright, now that's going to reduce. It's going to get all the flavors married together, getting mingling. Next, I'll be working on the pasta itself. You can use whatever pasta you want with your chicken parm. Me, I'm using spaghetti. You don't fill the pot all the way to the top, but you fill it just enough so that when you put the pasta in, it'll be covered. And now, as per the advice of famous celebrity chef Rachel Ray, we put salt in the water until it tastes like seawater. Because if the water's not salty enough, it'll make your pasta bland. And now while the water's coming up to a boil, I'll be taking these pans out of the oven. And I'll be also getting ready the pan for the chicken. Alright, now we put the back burner on high so that the water comes up to a boil. Rachel Ray always says that the pasta water should always taste like the ocean. Now the breading for the chicken. Parmesan cheese. Breadcrumbs. Pepper. Garlic powder. And oregano. Now we got oregano, Parmesan cheese, pepper, and breadcrumbs. You notice I didn't put salt in there because the Parmesan cheese has plenty of salt on its own. Now I'm going to be inviting my sous chef out here, Mom, my assistant, to come out and taste some of this stuff.
Ta-da! Mmm. Nice job. Very good.
Now, the reason you do tasting is to make sure that you have all the seasonings correct. You're okay. You just gotta make sure this is all mixed thoroughly. Alright, now that that's mixed, I'm going to be transferring it to a pie plate. Which will make applying it to the chicken that much easier. This will be the dish that holds the flour and the egg. Part of these steps is what I've learned from America's Test Kitchen. Instead of having the flour, the breadcrumb, and the egg separate, you do the flour and the egg together. It makes it cuts out an entire step, an entire otherwise unnecessary step. Next, before I get that ready, I'm just gonna prepare this pan. Now, if you're allergic to peanuts, don't use peanut oil. You can use vegetable oil, you can use canola oil, you can use corn oil, you can use whatever you want except for olive oil, because olive oil will burn with the temperature that we are going to be cooking at. Alright, this is going to move over here. I'm going to move that here. Move you guys over just a little and lower you guys down so you can see everything. So here we have the breading, which is 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese to every 1 cup of breadcrumbs. And there's currently 3 cups of Parmesan cheese and 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Next, we're going to prepare the eggs. Eggs and flour will be going in this. 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of flour. Now I'm going to turn this sauce down because it's boiling away and I don't want it to get too thick. Now, if I run out of egg mixture, I can always crack more. The thing is, you can't take out what you put in. So I'm just going to do 3 for the start, and then if I need more, I'll make more. Actually, you know what? I think I will do 4. 4. I got 8 chicken thighs that I'm using, so. Now, you can use boneless, skinless chicken breast, but I find breast to be very dry and grainy. So what I use is I use boneless, skinless chicken thighs, almost like chicken cacciatore, except I'm doing a chicken parm recipe. Chicken thighs have much more flavor to them. Do that. Next, ow. Also, we're going to be grabbing this. We're going to also be grabbing some mozzarella cheese. In fact, we'll actually be using this stuff that I've already prepared. This is one part mozzarella, one part fontina. This is what's left from the last time I made this recipe, which was about 3 or 4 days ago. Now I need flour. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 tablespoons of flour. Just gonna grab my little whisk. By the way, to anyone who's Irish in the live today, happy St. Patrick's Day. Now, in a separate bowl, I'll be placing these bags of cheese. Alright, that's good. Next, I'll be taking a bowl and pouring salt in it. And now I'll be cleaning up my station a little bit. Alright, the pasta is in the water. The oil is now heating. The final step is get that chicken. Let's get it, dude. Now here we go. We got some of this y'all pimp right here. Got boneless, skinless chicken thighs. A lot more flavor, a lot more juice than your average chicken breast. Now with the thighs, you want to open them up, make sure they're nice and flat like that. Gives you a lot of surface area to work with. Now I'm just going to grab a paper plate and lay the chicken thighs out on it. I'm moving the cheese over because we won't be using that yet. It's just helpful to have everything prepared. Alright, next, you take your chicken thigh. Get any loose meat off. and save that because we'll be using that for making chicken medallions later. Then you take the salt and rub it in to the chicken. Take about 1/8 of a teaspoon on each side, so about 1/4 teaspoon in all. And you just rub that in. Make sure to get that in through all those fibers of that chicken. Make sure it's all nice and salted up. Then you let it sit. Again, you go through, remove any loose meat because that'll fall off during cooking if you don't get it off now. So I pretty much make it look like that. Again. And make sure you get the salt even. Because you don't want to bite into one area, get a mouthful of salt. Bite into another area, get nothing. You want to get it all even so it's evenly seasoned. That's another important thing that my sous chef just brought up. Don't over salt. Also, if you see any big lumps of fat on your thighs, just take that off because that's unpleasant bits to eat. Like this big fat cap here, just peel that off. Now, once you're done salting up those chicken thighs, you can hang on to the little bits that you take off. You can make little medallions with them. You can bread them. You can use them in stir fry. But we're not going to be using those today. Next, wash your hands because cross-contamination is deadly. You don't want to have a party and invite everybody. You don't want to invite Sam and Ella. Yeah, we're not Chipotle. We don't have salmonella infections all over the place. But while that chicken is sitting in the salt, I gotta make sure to stir the pasta. Like I said, I'm using spaghetti. You can use whatever you want. You can use bucatini, you can use penne, you can use ziti, you can use rotini, you can use butterflies, shells, whatever pasta you like best. Sometimes I use bucatini. Just gonna mix this, make sure there's no lumps with the flour and the egg. Now we can get started with the cooking of the chicken itself. Egg flour mixture right here. Flip it over. Let it drip off the excess. Into the breading. Remember, wet hand, dry hand. Then this, Now this pan is big enough only for about 2 per batch, because these are pretty big thighs. Make sure there's a lot of good breading on there. And then in it goes. Now I'm just going to go wash my hands so I can get the next step prepared. Just going to stir the sauce. You gotta stir the sauce, make sure it doesn't stick or brown or burn or any of that. The chicken are in their pan. Now, when you're flipping the chicken, do not use a spatula because the chicken will slip off. The oil will go everywhere. You could catch a fire. You could get yourself burned. Use tongs. If you have the rubber-coated ones, use those. I personally don't right now. I don't know where mine are, so I'm using those. Stir the spaghetti. Make sure that's all not sticking. Next, I'm going to grab a sheet pan. This is where I'm going to be putting the chicken when they come out of the oil, because I'm going to be using this in the oven. You want the chicken to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes in the oil. That's the spaghetti in there. You cook about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. Then you transfer it to the baking sheet. Top it with the Fontina mozzarella mixture. Pop it in the oven under the broiler on high for about 2 minutes or until the cheese is bubbling, starting to get little brown bubbles on the top. Pull it out, top with the sauce, pair it with the spaghetti, and you're good to go. When you put it in the oven, make sure the oven rack, this is good, make sure the oven rack is on the highest spot, right underneath the broiler. As high as you can get it, right underneath the broiler, so that when the cheese bubbles and browns, it does it faster. But also keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn. Just gonna test the pasta. Needs a little longer. Not quite ready. We're almost there. Now, the thing with this chicken is you don't want it raw. I'm flipping the other one over again because I don't believe that the second one I put in there is done quite yet. All right, we're about halfway through the cooking of these. The sauce we can turn off because that's done. Once you've reached this point, you're about halfway done with the cooking process. The the spaghetti should be just about done by the time you reach this point. You should be having about 3 or 4 thighs left. The egg mixture already by themselves. Get that old plate done and out of here. All right, get this out of here. Get out of here. All right, we're just about 3/4 of the way done. I got those all going. The chicken is in the pan. I got 2 chickens in the baking sheet. The oven is preheating. On the highest possible temperature I could get it to. Flip over this chicken. The pasta's cooking. Just gotta check it to make sure it's good. We're just about there with the pasta tenderness. We're just about over the 90-minute mark, and we've gotten 887 likes. Way to go, audience. We got 3 more thighs to cook up, and then we're going to be good to go. Then I'll show you what to do once we get them into the baking sheet. And that'll be the final step before you can say bon appetit. Alright, got two of the last three in the pan. This is the last one that I'm breading up right now. You know, I think I can make room if I squish them together. Alright, we're done with the breading, so I'm just going to take the dirty dishes and leave them for Mom to take care of. Because that's what a sous chef is for. Doing dishes. Yeah, we're not going to cook the duck yet. That was my foot. I was pivoting on my bare heel. So we got 7 chicken thighs. We got the leftover little bits. I'll show you what I'm going to do with those later. My mom's not wearing green, so I had to give her a pinch. Alright, you can turn the pasta off. That's done.
Stay right there for you. Don't you dare come out.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have a pet duck. There's all the chicken. Now we can turn off the oil. Stir the sauce. Next, we grab our bowl of fontina and mozzarella cheese. Put a nice handful on top of each chicken thigh. Luckily, I got more in these 2 bags. And the duck is chasing my cat. Alright, there's the rest out of that bag. And the final bag of cheese. Alright, so your chicken should look like this once you get the cheese on it. Now you pop it in the oven right under the broiler for about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes tops, until it becomes golden brown.
Oh, so very. I got it right here.
And by the way, this is the duck.
Hey, birdie!
My little ducky. Alright, the pasta is done. The sauce is done. The chicken is in the oven. Yep, and we're about to pluck the duck. Now, I bet you're wondering what to do with all the little medallions you took off. Well, let me show you. Since you already have this nice oil that you've already built flavor up in, you can... Right here, man. You take some barbecue rub, just put it on these little chicken medallions, just rub that in. Now just turn the oil back on high. Slide these in. There, now you got little barbecue chicken medallions. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Quantum. Just checking on that chicken in there. Gonna move these to the sink. I'm gonna grab my pot holders. Because the chicken is done. Oops, I caught the pot holder on fire. I caught the pot holder on fire. Well, I think it was kind of obvious when the flame shot out of it.
Don't do what I do, because the pot holder is too close to the fire.
Alright, these are done. The chicken is done. This little chicken can be turned off. That's just a little side project. That's not part of the main dish. Those were all the little tidbits that came off of the chicken.
Turn it over. It's too hard. Turn them over.
I just turned it off. Next, you grab a serving bowl. You pick the chicken that you want. I'm going for this one right here. Put that right in the bowl. Then you grab your pasta scoop. Lay the pasta right there, right alongside. Then you grab a spoon, or if you have a ladle, use that. But since I don't have a ladle, just grab a nice big couple of scoops of this sauce. Over there. You just take a little bit of this shredded parm. And voila! Chicken parm and spaghetti. You can find this recipe and other recipes that I've made on YouTube. Link in my bio. Thank you for joining me for this recipe. I'll see you all again next time.